Hyperdellic's got Transformers.
Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave me a comment. Without further ado, hey! How's it going there, Transformer friends? It's Hyperdellic. I've got a Transformer. I know. What do you think? Hyperdellic does Transformers too. I didn't know either. Listen, okay, so I have been trying my hardest to not pull the trigger on Transformers at all. But I found him. He was a good price. I had Red Alert when I was a kid. I had the G1 like old diecast one that was like solid as a rock. So I mean, I know this is not going to be that same thing, but I'm like, I gotta get him. Like he's like he's a Countach, like a Lamborghini Countach, right? Yeah, I think that's what it is. But he was cool. Like I had him, I had Wheeljack, and I had the Porsche. What was it? Jazz? Those three were awesome. I also had this weird space, like weird GoBot car thing that was kind of awesome, but like didn't fit with any other toys that I had. It was still bigger than like my Transformers. It was weird. Anyways, I'm kind of excited about this. I watched the series that this is actually from, the Kingdom War for Cybertron. It was good. It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. Supposedly, that next movie that they're going to be doing is going to basically be that whole War for Cybertron and the rise. Here's back from Red Alert and all of his specs and whatever. Some really nice artwork. They do a nice job on these boxes. I do miss the old school Transformers boxes, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like there was just something so cool about getting a new Transformer. That box was just the second you saw that through the wrapping paper when you were opening something, it was like, oh yeah, which one is it? Because it didn't matter. Pretty much any Transformer you got was phenomenal, and you were like, yeah! And let me tell you, I had some excellent Transformers. I had that, what was his, the Omega guy, whatever, with the weird rocket and the monorail. Yeah, that guy was awesome. I had Metroplex. I had a G1. Actually, I had two G1 Optimus Primes, because I want to say I had one at my dad's house, and I had one at my mom's house. All right, enough yammering. Without further ado, let's tear into this thing.
Transformers, cars that turn into guys. Transformers, and then they turn back into cars.
Okay, now I'm going to say this. This is not the Wheeljack that I grew up with, but I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I just opened him. Haven't transformed him at all. We're going to go through the transformation. I'm going to go through step by step. Okay? So, first, we're going to talk about what he comes with. Comes with this. Und this. Und this. Okay. We'll get to how they all go together as we get there.
That's a lot of work.
Ta-da! That's pretty cool. I am digging him. This is outstanding. It's not the chunky diecast Transformer that I recall from my childhood. Okay, it's not, but it is really good. And these are way better articulated than the Transformers that I got when I was a kid. I kind of dig this. I'm going to transform him back into a robot, and then we'll take a look at him closer up. Nice. He's actually pretty quick and easy to transform too. I think once you get the rhythm down, he's not too bad. Now, his accessories, he has this. It can either be a gun or it looks like a, it's an axe. I want to say the original had it, but man, it was so long ago. Like, I don't remember every detail about it. I do remember some of the feel, and I mean, this does not necessarily replicate the feel. Now, is that a bad thing? Nah, it's not a bad thing. Wait, and he's supposed to have. I want to say this is supposed to go up on his shoulder or something. Isn't that somewhere in here? Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, you can pop it in there. There we go. It's kind of silly like that, but hey, whatever. All right, so we're gonna take a closer look at him. Okay, so here, let's get this gun out of the way. We're gonna take the other one out of his other hand because I want to talk about a Transformers articulation. It's not something you can define all in one shot. But what I'm going to say about this, I mean, look at this head articulation that they've given us. This is not how the original Red Alert, his head moved. I think I kept calling him Wheeljack for a little while too. But yeah, Red Alert. That's not how his head. And you know what? I loved Red Alert in the cartoon because he was like, it was funny. He's like, he was always freaking out about stuff. Like, there's some great one-liners with him. Where they're like, Red Alert, why didn't you tell us? He's like, I did. You just didn't believe me. It's good stuff. So I'm going to say this much. Some of his paint is a little scratched up. That's disappointing. I kind of expected better. This is such a well put together thing. I thought I was going to dislike the fact that there aren't rubber wheels, and I'm going to say, look at that. There's some paint slop. The QC for the paint on these, not so great. I mean, like in there, it's fine, but you can see where they didn't quite miss the mark, or their mask or whatever wasn't right on target, and it slipped by QC. That's sad. Yeah, but what are you gonna do? So, I mean, he's got all these little holes all over the place. You can put his weapons anywhere you want. He's got like a bicep. There's a bicep swivel, shoulder swivel. I mean, that thing goes all the way around. You can put this arm in almost any position. I mean, 90-degree bend at the elbow, and then the hand can like kind of move around. You can't swivel the arm or the hand, but there's all that other articulation there. There is, funny enough, like some waist articulation. And you know what? I've seen this on a couple of other Transformers too that are newer. The legs are great. I love the way that they articulate. The original Red Alert definitely did not have this kind of leg articulation. It's kind of fantastic. I like that there's the ability for peg holes with some of these. That's kind of decent. I mean, and he can, he just stands, right? We do like a yoga pose. He goes straight out, right? There you go. Look at that hip and ball setup. Leg bends like this. Goes forward like that. I mean, you can get some out of this world articulation out of him. It would appear that ball kind of lets the leg swivel a little bit. And the knee moves. There's no like extra articulation in the knee or the thigh or anything. The foot, it's got kind of a little bit of an articulation, but it's nice that like you can just move the legs around if you want, or they stand nicely at on an angle. Like they're very sturdy. Like, okay. All right. So let's let's zoom back in and wrap this up. Okay. Well, there he is, man. I mean, this is a very very nice little nice little treat I gave myself today. Old school Transformers. Well, I mean, he's a G1 Transformer, but he's not a G1 Transformer. You know what I mean? Sorry, my Midwest sinuses are just not cooperating with me these last couple of weeks. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna sound like this for a little bit. But yeah, he looks so good. I'm actually kind of happy that I was capable of picking him up. He was on sale and he wasn't too expensive, so it was one of those win-win situations. Come here, there, Red Alert. I know I keep calling you Wheeljack, and I know that that's going to haunt me in future videos to come. Like, I'm gonna have to get Wheeljack now and like freaking review him. I really want to get Jazz though. You know, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche. Gotta have them all. All right, Red Alert. Tell everybody what to do.
Over here, you're going to like the video. And then, over here, you're going to turn on notifications and subscribe.
and then
you're going to go and you're going to have a lovely day because I love you. I'm just trying this out. Like, I'm going to say I love you to people. And, it doesn't matter who you are. Be loved.
All right, guys. This has been Hyperdellic checking out a Transformer. I'm a little on the fence. I mean, I like him. He's cool. Overall, I think it's a very well constructed figure. I think his articulation is very nice, and I think that Hasbro did do a good job. There's always going to be some QC issues and this and that. I mean, who's ever bought a toy and didn't have some kind of a problem?
All right, guys. Well, you have a good one, and have fun playing with your toys. All right, peace out.